meditation I have for you tonight is just the classic Pranava, which is the Sanskrit name for the Omkara, the sound of Om. We're going to do a deconstructed chanting of it, really isolating its parts. There's been lots of debate about what the correct pronunciation of Om is. And there's 3 levels to it, and none of them are more accurate than another in my opinion. They just speak to different parts of what it represents. Essentially, there's a unified sound, a dual sound, and a sound of the form of a trinity. And we're taking that even one step further and breaking up that trinity into 4 parts. But as one sound, it's a nasalized O. No change in phonetics, just a change in volume as you begin and end. But the cosmic Om is, of course, beginningless and endless. It's said that that sound divides into the O and the M. So then the nasalization is separated and just left at the end. So you start with Om, and then you end in the nasalization. But that O sound is said to be a combination of 2 sounds, A and U. If you consider the spectrum of vowels that exist from A to U, from the back of the mouth to the front, you'll find O halfway through. So O exists in the balance between this initial part of our vowel space and the finality of it, U. So we can break that down even further. It's said it descends into the A, the U, and the But we can also break apart that nasalization into 2 parts too. The M sound, which just means closing of the lips, and then there really isn't a letter in English that represents this, so I've just transcribed the word nasalization. But it's the bringing of the tongue back to make the nasal cavity the dominant place of resonance. And if you listen very closely, you can hear that at the end of Om, that not only does the lips close to make the M sound, but the tongue goes back and you feel a very distinct difference in the resonance. And at that point you can even open your mouth, because it's not just the lips which are sealing in the air from the mouth, but the tongue. Each of these components has a deeper meaning. The A is the most simple sound that a human can make. It's produced without any articulation. You just voice. If you open your mouth and say a sound, that sound is going to be To make any other sound, we have to add some change. We have to move our lips or change some quality of sound or move our tongue around. So is the most basic expression that a human can make, or really any animal. It just is an acknowledgement of existence. Absolute existence is what it represents, the most simple concept that can be. An assertion of existence. Whether you're in pain, whether you are sighing of relief, whether you are scared, you know, it is just an acknowledgement of existence. On the other hand, has more information, you could say. At the end of our vowel space formed by contracting the lips, it compels it a little further. Just as we might cup our hands together to make our sound go farther, putting our lips together, seems to give that a kind of direction to it. So that represents existence, but in the pervading form. The M being the complete restriction of our lips is a kind of finality, existence coming to rest. And the final nasalization is almost a conclusion reached throughout all of those forms. That from this beginning creation, absolute existence, the acknowledgement of reality, as it goes forth in pervasive existence and experiences the dynamism of life and comes to a rest, that final nasalization it's the friends we made along the way. It's a hallmark of the whole journey, you could say. It's that energy returning inwards. That's why it's called an anuswara, an inward sound at the end there. All right, got all that? You don't have to. There's not going to be a test, don't worry. But these are the kinds of meanings that we can keep in our hearts and minds as we chant. I wanted to do a very, very deep one today, which means long and ings. So rather than being here for a long time doing 108, which is tradition, we'll do only half of that, just 54. And I happen to have a big mala of Rudraksha that has 54. So I'll use this to be counting. That way you don't have to, that way I don't have to. When we get back to the Guru bead, that's when you know our chanting can end. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, one more thing, I apologize. I'm always doing that. Something I hadn't mentioned is you should feel the place of resonance just go higher and higher with each chains. Ah should be felt deep in the gut and chest. Oo should be felt higher, perhaps in the throat. M, of course, is at our lips, and the nasalization is in our nasal cavity, which if you think about it biologically is kind of in the center of our head. And it's said that a sound produced there is the highest that a sound can be produced. So that place of resonance, the nasal cavity, is very symbolic. So feel as you chant this, the place of resonance, of vibration rise through you, literally getting your energies higher and higher. Okay, now we can really begin. May the benefits of this chanting be given to all those whom for whatever reason couldn't or did not chant. Even if you just joined the last few seconds, may you receive all the blessings of that chanting. Om. My arm's sore. I didn't realize how much of a workout it is to hold such big mala beads. Thank you all for listening or chanting along with us.